with their last coach, John Heward, who resigned on Friday. Maybe they'll get along with their new coach, who just happens to come from the active roster. Mike "Pinball" Clemons is the new head man in Toronto. After 12 seasons, he will retire as a player and take over the club, which stands at 1-6-1. Pinball will play 2 more games for the Argos, the last coming on September the 15th against Saskatchewan. He had already been a playing assistant and did say he would retire at the end of the season as a player. Here's how he broke the news to his family about his decision to take up coaching.
When Diane was talking to the girls last night about what was going on, she says, we're going to a press conference tomorrow, and Rachel says, well, Mommy, what is a press conference? And as she's explaining what a press conference is, she explains to Rachel that I won't be playing anymore, and Raven says, the little one says, that's sad, right? And Rachel says, yes, that is sad. And so they went on a little bit more, and Diane explained a little bit more about Dad would be coaching now, and Rachel said, well, at least we can cheer for the Argos. And the Clemons family will always be #1 supporters of the Toronto Argonauts, and this is an awesome opportunity, and an opportunity that I don't have to tell any of you that I'm not ready for. I am ready in terms of commitment, in terms of passion, in terms of knowing and understanding the game in a general sense. Certainly have no experience at the game, though, so we're going to put that right out in the open. No, I don't have experience, but I am excited and I'm committed to this, and I believe that this is not sort of a cosmetic thing. We've committed. This is not only this year, but 2 years after this, and I'm committed to seeing this team rise, not to be competitive, but to the top. Certainly we've got our work cut out for us, but I'm willing to work. I don't have a problem with that. Extremely excited about being able to get back on the field here and really get after things now. It's been 72 hours of anxiety and nervousness, and now I'm getting a little closer to home because we'll be taking the field in about an hour. So I'm starting to get in my comfort zone again and think about what we do, and that is play football. As we are right now as a team, it's a new season. This is a 10-game season, and we're 2 games out of the playoffs. The team that is ahead of us is Winnipeg for that playoff position. We play them twice. We have to beat them twice, and we also have to match them head-to-head with the other games we play. That is our mandate at this point. Saskatchewan is also a half a game behind us. We have to beat them head-to-head as well so that we win the season series there. We do have a plan to make it to the playoffs. This is not passé. We are going to go out and assert ourselves and play good football. We're going to play with emotion, but as you know, emotion does not equate to success. You have to be competent at this game. So we're not going out and say, let's play for Pinball, and you know, he's a little guy and he played so hard when he played, so let's go out and play with emotion and rah-rah, because by the time the second quarter gets here, there's nothing left. We're going out to play competent football. We're going to go and we're going to try as a coaching staff to put the controls in place that we need to scheme against each team that we go against, and we're going to go at it pragmatically, and we're going to play football. We're going to sure up some things. Hopefully we're going to have some help in some areas, because our coaching staff at this point, prior to this year, there's no one on our coaching staff that has 1 game of Canadian Football League experience, right? And that's a given. So we understand that we are an inexperienced staff, but we got some guys that are willing to work, as am I, and we may have a chance to augment that coaching staff. If we don't, we will work with what we have, because we won't make changes for the sake of changes, right? To me, that doesn't make sense. You want to bring in guys that can make an impact, right? You don't want to bring in guys that simply have been around the game, maybe lost their passion for the game, guys that are going to be here. They know the game, but we want to bring in guys that are going to make an impact. And as it is in September, most guys who can make an impact already have a job, right? So we certainly have our work cut out for us in that respect, and we won't simply bring in people to bring in people. We will make a concerted effort to try to bring in people that will make and affect change. And this is a long-term process. We're going to try to win right away, starting Monday in Hamilton, and listening to our flagship station for about 5 minutes this morning. I couldn't listen any more than that because it was a lot of flattery, and it's okay to listen to your own press. The problem is when you begin to believe it. There was but there were some people that had concern about us being able to be competitive. But on our flagship station there, Don Landry said that I think pinball at this point, if I'm honest, has more effect on the field than off the field, right? He said, I feel that from a public relations standpoint, this is a good move, but I think he has more impact on the field right now than off the field, and I couldn't agree with you more, Don. So saying that I am going to play this Monday in Hamilton. Yes, I am going to be on the field this week in Hamilton, and I will play one more game besides that, and that's because my wife felt I owed the fans of Toronto one more game in the Sky Dome. So on September 15th will be my last official game. That will be the day that I retire. Coach Highsmith, who a lot of people suspected would be the new head coach, really came and talked to me, and we talked about this situation quite a bit. He really wanted me to take the head coaching position. He will act as the interim coach the next few weeks. I will be here. I will do the work as a head coach. I will be in here working and putting in the time before practice. Once practice starts, once we go into meetings, though, I will be a player. I may have some input, but no different than the player-coach situation that I was in a couple weeks prior. So we will go into the meeting, and at that point, I will be a player. I will be a player in the Labor Day game this Monday. Many reasons because of our roster as it sits the way it is right now. We were playing a four-receiver set, and we had 4 receivers and 2 tight ends on the roster. On a 4-receiver set, if anybody gets hurt, you have a problem. We had one of our best receivers retired effective yesterday. Stefan Potasic has officially retired. He has gone back to grad school, and so that leaves us with 3 receivers. We do have a couple of people coming in, but understanding that this is an important week and it's real close, you got 3. If you have 4 positions for receivers and you only have 3 receivers, and if I don't take the field, that probably puts us at a little bit more of a disadvantage. So I think it's going to work to our favor for me to be on the field this week as well. I'm committed to thanking the fans of Toronto for all of their loyal support. So I will take the field again on September 15th to say thank you. I will play my hardest and leave it all on the field. And from that day forward, I'll be a coach, and I am extremely excited with this opportunity. So I'd like to thank J.I. and Mr. Schwartz for this great opportunity. I'd like to thank my mom who showed me what commitment is all about. I've been now with the Toronto Argonauts for 12 years, and then this is a longer commitment. She's been in the same job. I'm 35 years old today. She took a job with the city of Dunedin where the Blue Jays trained just after I was born. 33 years later, she's at the same job. She started as a secretary, now she's the supervisor of the utility billings department. She taught me what hard work and loyalty were all about as a single parent. And today, I'd like to thank her publicly for the commitment she has made and what she has taught me, not only through words, but by example. I love you very much, Mom. Yes. And as you'll probably get used to, I talk a lot, and so I'm going to stop talking at this point and just say thank you all for being here. It's quite a tribute to see all of you here today. I really appreciate all of you coming out. I'd like to thank my main man, Paul Mazzotti, always being there for me, and thank the guys, the players in the back room, as well as former players and friends that are in attendance as well. And we're looking forward to not only making this fun, right, but also winning football games.
I can tell you one thing, there will be no shortage of post-game comments from Mike Clemons after an Argonauts game.